Hey everybody, Papa Gord here. So we are rolling through the solo figures for the Black Series. So we did Beckett and then Lando in the last one. So like I said, we're about the middle of the road. Nothing super special. Although, mind you, Lando, the more I goofed around with him, I was a little more pleasantly surprised with him. So I guess maybe he's grown on me a little bit. So, I mean, this is kind of a good thing too, right? Because, I mean, I don't know how often you take your collection down and kind of play around with them, or if you just display them out of box or in box and don't touch them again, just kind of get them in one pose and that's it. But going through this process has really made me kind of fall more in love with, with a lot of my figures. So again, because I started collecting just over a year ago, and you know, we're talking over 100 figures, really doesn't leave a whole lot of time to sit there and really appreciate the figures for what they are. So doing this, I can actually kind of, you know, fiddle around with them a little bit more and maybe pick up on something that I've overlooked just initially opening them up and getting them up on my shelf. So that's awesome. I really like it. So we're gonna get into Chewbacca. So Raisin, kind of middle of the road. He really is no different than the other two that we have. Just you know, you guys want to stare at my nice bright orange wall for a second. I'm just gonna go get something. 1 second. Okay, coming back. All right, dead space. So, all right. So I grabbed the Force Awakens because he's the easiest one to get at right now. So really, of course, his colors are more vibrant. This would be the youngest version to the oldest version of Chewbacca. So you can, you know, not much difference. So the head sculpt does look a little bit different than this one. He's definitely got more of a round dome going on. But I think, you know, the whole body is exactly the same, right? You got the same mold. Like, you're not gonna go make anything brand new to pull off, so except for the head. But yeah, so we're rocking the double bandolier type of thing to the single. I do like, well, I don't know, it's which do you prefer for your Chewbacca, the single traditional bandolier or the one he's rocking, the first thing that he's got? I kind of like the look of this one, but just so used to seeing Chewbacca, so we're gonna ditch him and take a little bit better of a look. So we might as well keep rocking with the bandolier. I do appreciate this one better just because it does hug over both shoulders, so it doesn't have a tendency to slip down over him and maybe want to fall off. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy. If you were to look at the original 3 3/4 figure, and they just got some detailed lines kind of sculpted into it, and that's it. So to not make him a flocked version and make him actually fuzzy, the depth and the detailing on the fur and stuff looks really good for what they could do with it. So, and you know, they hide quite a bit of stuff in him. I do wish, again, they could have easily gone and done that deeper notch to give him, because I mean, his bend is not good at all. So, you know, there's not a whole lot of range going on there. And then with the hands are actually pretty decent to get them moved around. His hands, now that we brought up the hands, they are such a firm plastic. To get his weapon, get the weapon in his hand is a bit of a chore. But I mean, other than that, he's a big guy, so you don't really expect him to be super flexible, I guess. But I mean, he does what he does. Like, he's got good. He can limbo. Whatever. Okay. So yeah, he's good. This isn't really gonna be a long one. He's got kind of standard. He moves a little bit. That's a little bit better. But yeah, he's good. I like him. That's what I said. Middle of the road, because he's really nothing we've seen. He's just a lighter color to show that he's not catching up with some of us and aging out. So yeah, so he's good. He's good. Now I do want to send a shout out to Dylan. Dylan, who I've kind of computerally met through on Instagram, managed to find this guy, and he, I think, was one of the last solo figures until the recent Wave 20 came out. He was really the last piece that I needed to complete the solo figures that were released at the time, because again, I did see him and then wasn't sure kind of where I was going with my collecting, how deep I was going to fall down. I fell down hardcore, so I did need him. Luckily his EV games still had them, whereas my area, the 4 or 5 around me, yep, nothing. So a huge shout out to Dylan. It's awesome to add him in there. So accessories, what does he come with? He's got his little goggles, and it's got a nice stretchy elastic on there, so he can rock his goggles just on his head or over his eyes. Let's get him going there, so maybe you can see a little bit better. So I mean, that's cool. I like that. It's something rather than nothing. And then instead of the traditional bowcaster, we get this, and this will have a name, and I'm going to plead Star Wars weapon ignorant right now. So this is what Chewie has for the Solo movie, and we've been talking about movable parts on a lot of the Solo figures weapons. So again, Chewbacca's, you've got the slide going on right there, and the little, there has a better way to do it. So again, I appreciate the fact that they're able to do that. And the gun, at least with the brown, it helps break up the weapon a little bit. It does stand out. You can see the detailing a little bit on there, and it may have maybe a slight wash on there, but yeah, it's not bad. It's pretty interesting. So I like it quite a bit. Like I said, his hand is pretty tough. I think it may still slip in since they've had him in here for a while. Yep, there we go. So he's rocking it. Again, with the posability on his arms, it's a little harder to really get him. Yeah, like he doesn't, I mean, that's pretty much how I've kind of got him on my shelf, looking like this. So yeah, he's a good figure. Again, I guess you can never have enough Chewbaccas, and we've got 3. So we've got young Chewbacca, we got middle Chewbacca, we got from episode 4, and then we've got older Chewbacca. So 3 Chewbaccas, that's not too bad. I don't think they're oversaturating the market in Wookiees. So with that being said, that's going to do it for this one. As always, thanks for tuning in and watching me give my thoughts on my figures. We're going to hit another one coming up. So same as always, like, share, comment, subscribe down in the corner over here somewhere, all that usual YouTube mumbo jumbo. And we will see you guys real soon. So again, have a great day, eh?